Well, my World Cup predictions were amazing, so I decided to do the exact same thing for the Premier League. Don't check my World Cup predictions. It's good. Just take my word for it. Trust me. Yeah. And by the way, you can tell by my wardrobe that I am 100% impartial. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started. We're speed firing the first two with Hull and Ipswich. Everyone's got those two. Bottom, Hull shouldn't even be in the Premier League.
Yeah, well, that really aged well, you moron. Yeah.
Ipswich lost Kieran McKenna. 20th and 19th, easy. But 18th, now 18th. Some people have Coventry. I don't think they'll get relegated. I think Frank Lampard's doing a good job. First hot take of the video. I am putting, you ready for this? Nottingham Forest, because they had a 115 million pound midfielder in their midfield, and they still nearly got relegated last season. And now they sold him. They didn't really replace him that well, so I think they're gonna go down. 17th, we got Coventry. Boring. Okay, great. 16th, I have Sunderland. I think if they didn't have Xhaka, they would get relegated. But Xhaka alone is clearing them off of relegation. I think they did so well, they're gonna burn out this season. I don't think they'll get relegated. I don't think they'll do that bad. 15th, I have Crystal Palace. I think European football, I'm pretty sure they have that, is gonna affect them. And they don't have Oliver Glasner anymore, so that's gonna affect them as well. 14th, I have Fulham. Now, I'm pretty sure they have that Real Madrid guy. I think it's a 50-50 if it's gonna be a hit or miss with him. So I'm gonna say 14th. They never really do much in the transfer window. They did get that midfielder, I think, for like 50 million or something, which was crazy. But yeah, mid-table. Brentford, 13th. They did get a couple players, nothing too exciting. Their team is pretty stable. An experienced manager slightly, but so there's a chance second season the wheels might come off. So yeah, that's why I have them where they are. Leeds United. Now my footballing knowledge is leading me to believe they'll finish 12th. Why? I don't know. I don't know. It's just a pure guess. And when it comes to the mid-table, I think Leeds will finish 12th, decent, whatever. Newcastle. Newcastle, the little team that really, really wants to be a big team. Yeah, they lost Bruno G, Antonelli, and Anthony Gordon. I always forget about him, but I don't rate him that much anyways. But yeah, their midfield has been absolutely decimated. They went for a midfielder and Aston Villa stole it. Like, come on. Luckily they kept Lewis Hall, unless we have anything to say about that. Hopefully, maybe, who knows. 10th, I have Everton. Why? Because they have the most boring manager in the world, who I have some feelings about as a Man United fan, but I'm still impartial. So I have them in 10th. They might do better, but I hate David Moyes, so I'm putting them in 10th. 9th and 8th, we got Brighton and Bournemouth, the two Bs, except for AFC, Bournemouth, and the Bs, Brentford. I put them. Anyway, yeah, so 9th and 8th, I think Bournemouth are going to suffer by not having Uriola and them having Champions League football. Not Champions League football, European football. But I think they'll do still somewhat well. They managed to hold on to Scott, which is a very big deal for them. I think they would have been bottom half if they didn't have him. So I think they'll be 8th. 9th, I mean, Brighton just lost Carlos Bule, but let's go. I'm hoping he does well at United, but he didn't do well for them last season, so that's not really a factor. But they did get a lone striker, I think, from their sister club, I think it was. And apparently this wonder kid from the Swedish league, so who knows how he'll do. Probably well, since it's Brighton. And but I think 9th is their ceiling for this season. Spurs in 7th. Now I have some feelings about Spurs. You know, the ones that are allergic to a trophy, unless they're facing up against Man United, then suddenly they can turn it on. Yeah, I'm still not over that one. So they got some players. They got Tonali. Let's hope his gambling addiction comes back. I'm kidding. That's a horrible thing to say. I would never say that, even though I didn't mean it. Yeah. They also got Mateus Fernandez. Yeah, didn't want him anyway, except for when I actually did want him, unfortunately. But yeah, so they got, and their midfield was already kind of good, to be honest. And they're going after Omar Mamouche and Savinho and Gakpo, I think. So yeah, they're improving their strike force as well. And I'm not talking about the defunct MMA thing that went to the UFC. Yeah. The reason I'm putting them seventh, even though I think they have a team that's, I would argue, good enough for Champions League football, especially considering they don't have European football, is that I'm not convinced about De Zerbi. I don't think he's that good of a manager. Not convinced. I think they'll finish seventh. Now sixth. Sixth, I have Aston Villa. They lost some players. They lost the defender to Arsenal. They lost Tillemans to United. Yeah. But they did buy well. I did like the Atletico Madrid defender that they got. I think he shows some promise. And also the midfielder they stole right under Newcastle's noses. Bravo, bravo, bravo. I love that. Yeah, I think he's going to do very well. And I'm even going to put him in my fantasy Premier League thing, which I'm going to start doing. Let me know if you want updates on that. Now we're getting to the Champions League spots. And I have my team at fifth. See, I told you I was impartial and objective. See, you thought that was just me joking. No, no, no. I'm incapable of jokes. Just look at the subscriber count. By the way, please subscribe. We're so close to 5K. Thank you. Listen, even though we got a good midfield now, we bought 3 midfielders, even though it could have been better. We got Santos, Baleba, and Tillemans. I would have liked an Elliot Anderson, someone like that, but it's fine. It's fine. We did strengthen that. I still think left back is a major issue, and if we get a good left back, I think we'll get top 4 maybe, but for now I think 5th is our ceiling. But it's good, we can get Champions League football. That's hopefully good. We can hopefully get a domestic cup as well. 4th, I have Chelsea, because it's actually the opposite of Spurs. I am highly confident in their manager. I think he's very good. Xabi Alonso is arguably one of the best up-and-coming managers. I don't know if he's still technically up-and-coming. Then they bought very well. They got Morgan Rogers off of Aston Villa, which is also another reason I have Villa at 6th. Come on, Morgan Rogers. That's like your star player here. And they got Henderson and Danny Welbeck, which is honestly very intelligent, because they have such a young squad. Having 2 old men, even though they're going to be walking onto the pitch with their canes, they're going to help the team out a lot, yeah. And I have Liverpool in 3rd, because I am very confident in their coach. And even though they didn't have the best window, when he was in Bournemouth, they had his entire back 4 decimated, and they did even better than next season. And they might get Barcola as well. Their midfield is still pretty good, even though they didn't really upgrade it. They still have some buzz like Gravenberg, I think, yeah. And they have that really good winger, Rio. And I honestly think Isaac Verts are gonna do a lot better this season in their 2nd season, and Ekatike is gonna keep up his form. So I think those 2 players switching it on is gonna really help them, because Liverpool last season, everything went wrong for them, and they still managed to get Champions League spots. So I think they'll finish 3rd. They'll be the best of the rest, as Man City finish 2nd. I know it was a toss-up between Arsenal and Man City, but I think Arsenal just went from strength to strength by getting Bruno G and just reinforcing everything, really. Bruno G, and they even got a £50 million centre-back that's 28 from Aston Villa. You don't need that, but just in case, they got him. Like, what? Well, who does that? Champions do. Champions do. So I think they are going to do very well, and they might even spend even more money, because they wanted to get Vinicius Jr., so they might spend even more. I don't know. I don't know. It's crazy. They had arguably the best midfield in the league, and they bought one of the best midfielders in the league and put them in their midfield. What the heck, man? You can't do that. But yeah, I think Man City, even though I would argue might even have a better window than Arsenal, maybe. They're just going through a huge transition, new manager. So I think in this Premier League, you just need to have everything going for you to win the title. I think they are working on too many different stuff. Too many things are up in the air for them, and I think that will push them down to 2nd. And Arsenal will take it, and I think Haaland will get a Golden Boot. And who do I think is player of the year? It will be. You know what? Bruno Fernandes, 2 years in a row. Let's go. Even though I have a horrible pit in my stomach that thinks he won't do as well this season and arguably have a bad season. Let's hope that that's just idiocy. And he gets Player of the Year 2 years in a row. And why not? I'll even give you the domestic cup winners. FA Cup, I'll say Man City. Carabao Cup, I'll say Man United. And is there another one? No, there isn't. Yeah, I don't think so. Champions League, I will say. I'll say Real Madrid. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Why not? Mourinho. 3. You know what this means? 3 premierships. I now have 1 more premierships alone than the other 19 managers together. Okay? Respect, 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 respect. Okay. And with that being said, I hope you guys agreed with my predictions. And if you didn't, I'm sorry to tell you this. You're wrong. Sorry. You can leave comments if you disagree with me, but you'll just be wasting your time because I'm right. And I'll definitely be reacting to this at the end of the season. And if you want, heck, you can even put a punishment. If my predictions are abysmal, I'll do one of the punishments. Why not? Just for fun. And yeah, please subscribe. Like I said, we're close to 5K. And the Nationals video will hopefully be uploaded next week. So yeah, look forward to that one. And yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, see you guys. Bye.